Well, it's springtime. That means it's time to get stuff ready to go to the field. Yeah, start with the 4366. This block heater that the engine had on it weeps very, very little, but Dad wants me to fix it. So I'll see what I can do with that. I gotta drain the antifreeze PCR hose on this thing, and then this is taking forever to drain, so what I've got to do is check over the grain truck and get it ready to go. That drained somewhat, so I'm gonna put a ratchet and socket on it. It's 1 1/4 inch. This wasn't really tight at all. Yeah, I should have tightened it more. This ain't gonna work. I can't get it out. Have to see what else I can do. What I did is I applied silicone to this, and I've got to just kind of squeeze it right in, tighten it up, and hopefully it doesn't leak. I don't know what else to do with it, to be honest with you. Can't get it out, so gotta do what I gotta do, right? Yeah. There we go. We'll try that. I'll just let it sit overnight, and then I'll have to fill it again. Okay, I hope this holds. It is supposed to be silicone, so see if it holds. I gotta do something about the water drain on this. Yeah, I put a grease nipple in. Look at how that stuff's running out. So that would be what was drained a long time ago. I'll put a valve in here. The petcock was no good, so you just use a ball valve. And put a plug in the bottom for safety, and that way I could have more control on how I drain this, and it'll drain better. That petcock didn't drain very good. Last time it took me over 2 hours to drain 2 pails, so this will fix that hopefully. I put in the plug for safety, so that handle doesn't get bumped, we don't lose our antifreeze. And I can take that off and just put a king nipple on to drain it. I'm gonna change the water filter on this tractor too. We gotta change the oil, but I'll change the water filter while it's drained. There we go. Water filter's changed. Okay, now for the fun part. looks perfectly dry. That's with, I'm sure there's antifreeze there. Really get to the temperature gauge to bleed, so I'll see if this will bleed right here. And what air there, you could hear it. There we go. Start now. No problem. There we go. I got oil pressure up. I'll give her a little RPM so it warms up, and I'll change the oil right afterward. Okay, I've got to drain the oil out of the 43 right now. It's time for a change. Ooh, this is inch and a 16th, not inch and an 8th like the usual. Okay, I'm gonna attack the oil filters now. Want you guys to note something when I pull these off. There we go. See how much, how little oil there is in it? Need to see about this other one. A little bit more goes, and that's it. These filters are empty when they're shut off. Now yes, the filter's hot to the touch. I just had it running. Okay, I'm gonna just use some of the oil I drained out of the engine to oil the gaskets. Is good enough. Some people debate about pre-filling oil filters. If the oil filter was sitting like this, yeah, I can't see pre-filling's probably a good idea. But on these it sits like this. So as we saw by pulling the filters off, the filter's already drained as soon as the engine shut off, the filter's empty. So pre-filling the oil filters on these engines is utterly futile, so that's why I don't do that. And if the oil filter's sitting like this, it's also futile. Most of it drains out. Maybe you benefit a little bit, but we got one channel who he's got an 826 and the oil filter sits like this on them. Well, he pre-fills them. Well, 90% of the oil is out of it before you even start it. So pre-filling these filters is futile. This one, it's all drains out. So put it tight. There we go. There's one. So these you don't pre-fill, and you gotta remember every time you start these engines, and I think IH calls them the Melrose Park engine family. Every time you start them, you gotta remember your filters are empty, and you don't just start them up and rev them up right away. You let the oil pressure build up first before you increase RPM at all. For that reason, because the filters are empty. Yeah. There you go. I just used the oil I drain out of it to oil the gasket. That's good enough. Okay, there we go. Filter number 2. There we go. Okay, filters are on. There we go. Okay, oil plugs in tight. I'll get stuff out and we'll put oil back in. Okay, now to fill it. Use the same oil and everything pretty much in the use 1540 in these, and they hold 20 liters. I think 20 liters won't overfill them enough to talk about, so that's what I give them. Let's see, let's start up and check for leaks and whatnot. CIS land idle. So the oil pressure comes up, which it is, slowly but surely. In fact, I'll just leave it idle at this speed. At least when it does that, you know your filters are full of oil. Just give her just a little bit. There we go. I'll check the filters. No leaks anywhere, so I think we're good. Sure runs nice, doesn't it? Check the air filter because that's an important thing to do. Let's see. Not good. I think we're gonna have to change air filters. Dad ran into dusty conditions last winter or last fall. Yeah, we're gonna need an air filter. I think I can see that already. Why ain't this thing coming off like it should though? It should just pop off. There's no reason why not. Yeah, I can see we're gonna need an air filter already. I'll wet the safety elements like. safety element will probably be okay, but this one needs changing. Yeah, this one does need changing. I hope this video has earned a subscription and a like. God bless you. I'll catch you at the next one.